Well, hello and welcome back to Device Squad. Just doing a bit of a resume really on the Honda PCX 125. I've had this for nearly 4 years now and incredibly impressed on all fronts. Breakdowns, nothing. No lights, not even a light has blown anywhere. It just starts up after 2 or 3 weeks away in the winter. Come back, thinking the battery's going to be flat. No, up it starts. It's just so reliable, unbelievably reliable. Cheapest chips to run. Still cannot believe how cheap this thing is. I go into a petrol station, fill it up for £6 is about the most I've ever managed to put into the thing. And I just think of our car, 70 quid to fill the thing up. This thing goes for just miles and miles. I don't know what the figure is. It's kind of irrelevant. It just goes on for so long, and at £6 a time, frankly, it's it really is peanuts. Servicing, I've had it serviced every year, once a year, with the oil checked, changed, updated, obviously, all that kind of stuff. And it's had its second MOT. Nothing, the tyres are still fine as well. Do pardon the wind if it's a bit windy here. I've chosen to come out and film on a day when there's a little small hurricane brewing. Anyway, it was really just to talk about the reliability factor of this scooter, which is simply, frankly, staggering. I haven't got anything else at home that's this reliable. Even my Apple Mac is let me down many times, and I've effing and blinded, on numerous occasions. This thing just starts up, takes me to where I want it to go, pull it up and stop wherever you like, frankly, although perhaps at times you shouldn't. And it's just a great way to get around. So I'll just give it a quick little pan around here with this using the Osmo camera this time. DJI, much smoother than my last video, although right now the wind is howling. So if I was to say anything, one of the things that's maybe could be better is the braking. It's got a front disc brake, but it's got a rear drum brake, which does squeak a little bit, not a big deal. I haven't had any emergency stops really that I've had to have. Haven't had any, thankfully, touch wood and whistle, I haven't actually come off this thing or even dropped it. But you just feel a rear disc brake would have been nice. Now I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe the new PCX has got a disc brake on the back. I haven't done my research on that. I'll leave that to you. This is a 2012 model, so I'm sure quite a few things have been improved. It's got the stop-start, but that still works. That's no problem. Everything just still works. So that's one good aspect of it. The other thing I'd like to point out, actually, because we always like a few little accessories. Well, this Jivvy box here, I bought the E370, I think it was, and it was 39 litres. Unbelievable. Can't believe how much stuff I can get into that case. It never ceases to amaze me. I have a box, I think, oh, this isn't going to fit in there. Boom, lift it up, fits. So between that, which is slightly larger, mid-size, it's not too big for the bike, I don't think, and the under saddle space, which I won't show you now because it's all locked up, or maybe I will if I just do that. Put the seat down. And that's the space inside there, as you can see. Everything else pretty much works. What's my mileage? I'll tell you what my mileage is here. Let's have a look. My full mileage is 5,730. I've had, as I three services, and really nothing to report. Speaking of going back to accessories again, if you really want a nice, cool helmet, you've probably noticed this. This is by Head-On, a company called Head-On, and it's a rather natty-looking helmet, don't you think? At least I think so. Anyway, it's incredibly comfortable, beautifully comfortable, and about £360, if I'm not mistaken. Just center this back again. 360 quid for the helmet, which fits like a glove, is very warm. The visor maybe lets a bit more air in than the Jivvy helmet. The other Jivvy helmet I've got, it lets a bit of air around the eyes, which in winter, of course, would make your eyes water like mad. So yeah, that's it really. I'm not going to harp on and go on about things. One other thing I'd like to mention. I think it affects all scooters. Yes, when I've been riding in town for a bit, stop and start really slow, crawling along, that kind of thing, you get a bit of a grindy sense when you open the throttle, as if the belt's slipping or something, which I believe the mechanic told me is exactly what it's doing. It gets a little bit of a sheen on the belt, and amazingly, I don't know how, but it self-tightens, this belt. So all you need to do is find a little stretch of road where you can do 50 or something. Just open up the throttle, and before you know it, it's back to normal again. So I think it's a case with a lot of scooters, if I'm not mistaken, that I know it was with go-karts. When you get in a go-kart, sometimes they're never really well serviced. You put your foot down and it really, grinds off. This occasionally happens when I'm in traffic, but I believe that's just a quirk of the old belt drive system. And as I say, once you get up to a bit of acceleration throttle, it seems to rectify that, and also I think it self-tightens the belt. How do they do that? Anyway, these Japanese people are mighty clever, that's what I say. So that's it really. That's the update for now. All I can say is if you want really something that's unbelievably reliable, that will start every day, and I've had this now for 4 years and it started every day or every time I've got on it, and you want something that's really cheap to run, I still haven't got my license. I'm still on L plates. I mean, why should I bother? I don't want to take a pillion passenger on there. I'm not going on the motorway. So stick an L plate on there and I'll go every 2 years for a CBT. I just can't be arsed with going to a rigmarole of a theory test and all that other stuff. I've been driving cars for 35 years, riding bicycles. While I'm on the subject of bicycles, I've ridden many bicycles, many years of riding bicycles. I feel so much safer on this. So, if you're really concerned about God, you're getting onto a death trap here. The fact that you've got the lights, the fact that you've got acceleration, that you can leave everybody at the lights, you can set your position in the middle of the road, you're not riding in the gutter. White lines, don't catch you out as much, but be careful, obviously, especially in the wet on any two-wheeler. But bicycles, because their wheels are so thin, they do tend to have more chance of a cropper, and that's how I've fallen off myself in the past, by literally straddling a white line in the wet, and just that couple of millimeters of raised paint was enough to wash the front wheel away, and boom, banged the shins on the pedals, and that was no fun. Anyway, I won't rabbit on anymore. I might do an update in another 2 or 3 years if I've still got this little thing, but right now I see no reason to change it for anything. It just goes, starts, does what it says on the box, and really, as I say, there's really few things in my house that's as reliable, apart from maybe our Siemens toaster. And on that note, I shall leave you. Ta-ra!